in Boston. WBZ News at 6 starts right now.
It is a huge day in Boston. The Red Sox with a chance to win it all tonight at Fenway.
Hundreds of fans waiting all night long underneath the green monster for a shot at same-day tickets.
The Red Sox are focused on rewarding their hometown crowd.
I can only imagine what Fenway's going to be like.
Those fans are going to be rocking along, too. They're going to be pumping something.
Hello, I'm Jack Williams, live in the WBZ studio.
And I'm Lisa Hughes, live on Lansdowne Street. Game 6 still a couple of hours away, but there is great buzz here tonight, and it is building. All these Red Sox fans hoping the team can make history tonight and win the World Series at home. Our team has all the bases covered for you tonight, starting with Steve Burton and Dan Roche. They are inside the ballpark. They're talking about how the Cardinals and the Sox are getting ready for Game 6. Eric Fisher is tracking the game forecast. Christina Hager covering very tight security, not just here at the ballpark, but all over the area. And Ken McLeod with those fans dreaming of scoring the last-minute tickets to this World Series game tonight. The players have been here at the ballpark for hours. You're looking at David Ortiz right here. He's been incredible. He and Johnny Gomes and Shane Victorino all hearing cheers as they arrived at Fenway. And our live coverage begins tonight with Steve Burton inside the old ballpark. Steve?
Hi, Lisa, thank you very much. You know, the only team to win a World Series after finishing in last place the year before, the 1991 Minnesota Twins. And the Red Sox would certainly love to join that group. This place is rocking tonight. Fans are coming in here. They cannot wait for Game 6 to take place. Now, Dustin Pedroia today was asked if he had lowered expectations after the year they had just a year ago.
My expectations of our team didn't change from last spring training to this one. I mean, our goal and your goal of playing for the Red Sox every year is to try to be at this point and win the World Series. And this is why we play, is to try to be the best team in the game.
Joining me now is Dan Roche, and they are fired up, ready to go for Game 6.
Tell you what, it's a zoo down here as well, Steve. Red Sox take batting practice today, but yeah, they're ready to go, Steve. Fired up for this one. And here's what we know. We know David Ortiz is the star, the stud of this series, 11-50. But something always seems to happen in a postseason game, especially a potential clinching game. So let's give you a look at 3 potential players to maybe expect the unexpected from them. We begin with this guy, Jacoby Ellsbury, who's been battling injuries as well. And when you take a look at what he did the other night, an RBI single in the 7th inning in the Red Sox big rally in Game 5, he's a guy to look at. And next up, Stephen Drew, a long fly ball in the 5th inning to the deepest part of Busch Stadium, a big walk later. He looks like he's getting on track. Watch out for him. And then finally, Xander Bogaerts, the kid, he's been doing it all. He certainly is quietly churning along here with some great things, had a big triple. He could be the guy that does the unexpected here and helps the Red Sox come up with a victory as far as that's concerned. So it should be fun.
Yeah, it should be a fun night. Doug Fruity's here, Chris Burbers, everybody is here tonight, Lisa. Let's go back to you.
All right, Steve, thanks so much. You know, a win tonight here would cap off an incredible streak for our New England sports franchises.
And it is good! It's good! The Boston Red Sox are the world champions! It is banner 17. The mission statement is mission accomplished.
Get the duck boats ready! Get the duck boats ready!
What a celebration. Every one of them. 7 world championships in 11 years. Nearly all of them on the road. The only team to win it all in Boston, the 08 Celtics. We would love to see these Red Sox make history tonight, and especially after the crummy morning we had. This is a gift.
The morning was horrible.
Yes.
We got some snowflakes in the air, but this evening the sun came out. Now the sun's going down, and no issues whatsoever when it comes to weather. Good things. Take a look at what's going on outside. We did bump up into the low 50s this afternoon, and then we'll be looking at dry weather, less wind than we've had recently. You can notice the last Hughes, that sun dipped below the horizon. Overall, we've seen all that moisture move on out. Mainly clear skies through the game. Temperatures very seasonable for late October. There's nothing off to the west, so no issues there either. Take a look at first pitch, right around 50 degrees at Koji time, which we hope we will be cheering him in the 8th or 9th inning, right around 47. And afterwards, if you just happen to be on the streets of Boston, no rain, no wind, no snow, no problems there. So overall,
It's great that weather has not been a storyline for this World Series. We can concentrate on the baseball. That's what we'll do tonight.
And I know a little bit later we're going to be talking about the wild weather that's moving in, but we'll wait on that.
Game 7 is a whole different story if we get there. We hope we don't.
We hope we don't. Thank you, Eric. Talking about security, Eric and I just saw some of the bicycle police go by us here on Lansdowne Street, and we saw earlier today just how well the security is working. They had a bit of a scare in this area. Police evacuated the area around Fenway when somebody parked a rental truck on Van Ness Street and then took off. No one here taking any chances. Christina Hager joins us now live with that part of the story. Christina?
Lisa, mingled in the festive crowd here, there are uniformed officers and plain-clothed officers. They're doing a pretty good job of mixing in, unless there's a problem, as we saw right here earlier.
I'm going to assume you didn't hear me. Clear up beyond that wagon.
Boston police evacuating Van Ness Street along the ballpark because of this truck. After the driver was seen jumping into a car and leaving, special ops had to bust in and search it. It was full of harmless equipment.
It is what it is. They want to do what's right and be very safe. You got to do it.
The K-9 unit, mobile command, and uniforms surrounded the ballpark early. Bars and restaurants have their windows covered at the city's urging to prevent crowds from gathering to watch big screens like the ones here at Sweet Caroline's.
The shades have to be put down. The outside patio after the 5th inning, nobody can be sitting out there, so we'll secure all the tables and chairs.
Now keep in mind, those bars are not letting any new customers in after the 7th inning. And just in case you think all this security sounds like it's cutting in on the fun, take a look behind me. Behind this young man here, getting his picture taken, is a uniformed officer you might recognize right there, Steve Horgan. You remember him from the American League Championship Series? You know, that stance Horganing? He's like a celebrity out here. So the police, they're not ruining the fun at all. In fact, in this case, they're adding to it. Lisa, back to you.
Something tells me he may have signed a few autographs as well. Christina, thank you. You know, there hasn't been a Game 6 in the World Series at Fenway Park since 1975, and two of the heroes of that game will be handling the first pitch here tonight. Louis Tiant's going to throw out the ball, and behind the plate, Carlton Fisk, who hit that legendary home run to give the Sox the win that night. And this is an extra perk. A hometown favorite, the Dropkick Murphys, they're going to be performing the national anthem today. You know, most of this day, even very, very early, there has been a huge line of fans lining up hoping to get some of the few tickets. And unfortunately, most of those folks are going to go home empty-handed. But today, earlier, our Ken McLeod caught up with a few of them who still had their fingers crossed they'd get into this game.
As Brian Murray struggled to make the cold pavement look comfortable, he did feel good about his shot at a ticket for Game 6.
Pretty towards the beginning of the line here, so I'm pretty confident in my chances.
He was among the few hundred in line for what could be as many as 700 face value seats. The Cody kids played hooky to come along with mom and dad. What do you have to say to your classmates who are at school?
I'm at the Red Sox.
Despite the makeshift accommodations, no one got much sleep here, although some gave it a shot. Most drowned themselves in Red Bull, and Erica Lickman hit the books.
I am studying for microbiology midterm.
Which is on?
Friday.
There were no skirmishes and few harsh words among the faithful, and as they packed up their stuff in the final hours, Jim Beaudry admired it all from the front of the line.
It's great. To be honest with you, more people have been coming, and it's an awesome family atmosphere.
Now here's the real story. There only wound up being 250 tickets available for sale right around the corner. Fans were allowed to buy one apiece, and that first guy in line, Jim Beaudry, he bought a bleacher seat for $125 and thought he got the best deal ever. Live outside the ballpark, Ken McLeod, WBZ News. Lisa, back to you.
Wow, Ken, that is a small price to pay for a chance to see history made here tonight. We're all hoping that happens. For now, Jack, we're going to send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Lisa Hughes, look forward to more reports from you. And coming up next, President Obama visiting Boston. Why he says the rollout of his health care program is right on track. Well, she can't stay up for every game, but she'll certainly be awake tonight. Ahead, a 107-year-old Red Sox fan who has outlived the curse of the Bambino.
So we were there. He got up in the 8th inning. Marty Walsh will stand up for every person here in the city of Boston and every neighborhood in the city of Boston. Marty understands the struggles of working people because he's lived it.
Marty's committed to making sure that everyone in our city has access to opportunities. Marty is the only candidate that can bring everyone in Boston together.
Folks want to work. They want jobs. That's what Marty's about.
He cares about every neighborhood and every child getting a good education. And that's who Marty Walsh is, and that's why I'm proud to support Marty from there.
I think he's the best man for the job.
And that's why I'm supporting Marty.
Welcome to Boktoberfest. At Bok Toyota, we have everything you're looking for. All at frightfully low Bok Toyota prices. There's your winning numbers. Drive home a brand new Toyota Corolla with automatic transmission that gets 34 miles per gallon for only $89 per month. Boktoberfest only at Bok Toyota.
The $100,000 High School Hero Scholarship Program is history.
It's now the $250,000 High School Hero Scholarship Program.
Your school can grab a piece of the $250,000 by hosting Red Cross blood drives.
Attention friends and families, ask everyone you know to donate blood.
Donate yourself. The more the merrier.
Go online at mybobs.com for details.
Or call 1-800-RED Cross.
Have some fun, earn money for college, and you might even save a life.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one.
Running low? Then it's the perfect time to save at Stop & Shop's gigantic stock-up sale. Buy Edie's ice cream and get the Stop & Shop brand free. Buy a 12-count box of Green Mountain K-Cups and get the Stop & Shop brand free. Shop big, save big at the gigantic stock-up sale this week at Stop & Shop.
Never in my life thought that I would be doing any kind of construction work. I've held many positions, I've had a lot of jobs. What Marty Walsh has done and what Building Paths has done has enabled me to actually have a career. I truly believe Marty Walsh is the person who can bring this city together. He's given a lot of people opportunities to change their lives.
I'm Jocelyn Hutt, chair of One Boston. One Boston approved and paid for this message, and we're proudly supporting Marty Walsh for mayor.
President Obama arriving in Boston, picking up a gift about a Red Sox hat presented to him by Mayor Menino. The president flew into town to deliver a speech defending his health care law, which has had a disastrous roll-up. Location of the speech was no accident, Faneuil Hall. That's where Mitt Romney signed the Massachusetts health care bill into law 7.5 years ago. John Keller joins us live at that location now at Faneuil Hall. John?
Jack, they say the best defense is a good offense, and President Obama certainly put that to the test with a fiery speech defending his embattled health care reform here this afternoon. Now, the president was especially vehement in waving off complaints about people losing their current plans and suffering sticker shock at the alternatives. He called that essentially just so much sour grapes from insurance companies and politicians who he claimed want to go back to the bad old days.
If every governor was working as hard as Duvall or Governor O'Malley in Maryland or Governor Cuomo in New York to make this law work for their citizens, as opposed to thinking politically, about 8 in 10 Americans would be getting health insurance for less than $100 a month.
Now, there was a lot of talk about affordability in the president's remarks and glowing comparisons with the Massachusetts plan. No mention of the fact that 7 years after it passed, Massachusetts still has the highest per capita health care costs in the nation. Now, the president is in Weston as we speak at a private home for a big dollar fundraiser on behalf of the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee. He's clearly hoping he's laid out today a political blueprint for Democratic candidates to fight back against anti-Obamacare criticism in the congressional races next year. Keep in mind, If you're a couple attending tonight's event, it's 65 grand a couple. Those are some loyal Obama supporters who paid that check. Consider what 65 grand might get you at another big party happening in town tonight.
Yeah, quite a sacrifice to give up going to the Red Sox game. I don't know. All right, John, thank you. By the way, the president also had a sneak peek at the Bill Russell statue today. That's going to be unveiled Friday for the Celtics legend. Russell, along with Governor Patrick, gave the president the tour. Of course, the scene of action tonight is none other spot than our beloved Fenway Park, one of the great ballparks in the land and has been for so long. Of course, a magical time, a little over 6 months since the Boston Marathon bombings. And now, of course, things are ready to be celebrated tonight, we hope, with game number 6. Once again, let's get back to the action. Once again, here's Lisa Hughes.
Well, Jack, we've been talking about the excitement out here tonight, and it is just a blessing that, as we mentioned, that the weather had changed, and that anybody turning out for what could be a magical night in Boston is also getting pretty magical weather.
This is what you want, right? I mean, it's memorable with a Patriots game. We've got the snow, everyone's throwing it up. We don't necessarily want that at Fenway Park for a baseball game. Tonight, no such issues. Take a look at what's going on. It has been snowing up north, as a matter of fact. I'm skiing at Killington and Bretton Woods, and how about this snow on Mount Washington? You know I'm a Mount Washington junkie. I feel like I talk about it a little too much. That's okay. They're Red Sox fans as well. You see what they've written in the snowfall. I'm looking at a little bit of pride up there at 6,288 feet. A little bit closer to sea level, 52 degrees in Boston, not nearly as chilly there. 46 degrees in Nashville. We had those temperatures bump up a little bit during the afternoon, that late day sun. And we'll start to fall back through the 40s tonight. Eventually, many towns back in the upper 30s. There'll be some low clouds that try to redevelop late after midnight. But mainly clear skies at Fenway Park and temperatures that are pretty typical for this time of year. Yes, you'll bundle up. It's a chilly night out here, but nothing you wouldn't expect in late October. Mostly cloudy for tomorrow morning. The clouds will rule the day. There might be a little bit of break of sunshine here and there. An increasing southerly wind will start to bring in milder temperatures. So we're in the low 50s at lunchtime. The breeze is starting to increase, and then the wind really starts to go by the evening. There's also a chance for a couple of showers tomorrow, especially the farther west you go. So trick-or-treating this year, it's pretty comfortable in terms of temperature. It's well up into the 50s. Those temperatures will not drop during the evening. But we will watch that wind. It'll be tough to keep the candles lit and any jack-o'-lanterns you might have. And there will be a chance of showers, especially Worcester County and in southwestern New Hampshire. Then those showers will start to increase as we head through the evening. They'll be widely scattered back and forth, but there will be some rain to dodge. If you play Game 7, it will be completely different out here tomorrow night. Downpours will start to move in as we head past midnight, and the wind will really start to whip. So mild, windy, really wild night on Thursday, and that will linger into the first half of Friday. Maybe even a little bit of lightning and some thunder in a very unstable environment. Wind gusts could top 50 miles per hour on Friday morning. The seas will be 10 to 13 feet. There will be some minor splashover on the south coast and the islands, and a little bit of minor coastal flooding with that morning high tide. And here's a look at the winds. As early as Thursday night, if we are standing here talking about Red Sox baseball, man, it is going to be a huge part of the dialogue. Winds over 50 miles per hour heading into Friday. This could bring down some scattered power lines, some limbs, maybe even some full-on trees. And as we head toward the afternoon, the winds will start to die down just a little bit. This is one model's look at total rainfall through Saturday morning. I do think that this is going to be a tough one to gauge. I don't think you're going to see 1.3 inches in Hyannis, I'll tell you that much. I think heavier totals will likely be off to the north and west of Boston, lesser totals as you head towards southeastern Mass. And then we head toward the weekend. Saturday will actually still be quite mild, 62 degrees. A couple showers may linger. Big blast of cold air moves in Saturday night into Sunday. And as we head toward Monday, we stay on the chilly side. I think this is fitting. It'll be the first day of standard time on Sunday. We're already going to be thinking winter a little bit. Sunset's at 4:35, and the weather is going to match.
All right, well, let's hope we can wrap this up tonight. We don't have to deal with any of that wild stuff tomorrow.
There are many reasons we don't want to play tomorrow night. The weather is just one of them.
Thank you, Eric. And what a matchup tonight. Lackey, Waka, let's go inside the ballpark again to Steve Burton and Dan Roche with more on Game 6. Guys?
All right, Lisa, we're about to get the party started here tonight. Check this out. John Lackey could be the first pitcher in baseball history to start and clinch a World Series with two different teams. He did it with the Angels back in 2002. He will be on the mound tonight for Game 6. Lackey, of all players. Sox were out here taking batting practice just a short time ago. If they can't seal the deal tonight, of course, they'll have another shot in Game 7 tomorrow. But they don't want that. And the team is well aware of what they can achieve on the field tonight.
if we weren't aware of what is going on here tonight, we're probably under a rock. So yeah, there's whether you turn the TV on or whether you listen to a radio station on the way in, yeah, there's reminders all around us.
We all understand the magnitude of tonight's game. You know, the fact since, you know, that we haven't won a championship in Fenway since 1918. I mean, I don't think there's even that many people, you know, who can say they remember that, you know, or even can say that they were around when that happened.
But Dan Roche joins me now, and Dan, let's talk about the Cardinals side of things, because you were on a plane last night for 7 hours. Here's my question: how do you keep pitching David Ortiz?
Yeah, you know, that's a great question, Steve. Those are the two things concerning the Cardinals right now. It's about a 6 or 7 hour flight delay yesterday, sitting on the tarmac. You know, Mike Matheny saying it was okay. As far as the other question goes, let's look at that. David Ortiz, 11 for 15 in this series with 2 home runs, 6 RBI, including this big 2-run homer in the 6th inning of Game 2. So the question again is, why? Why are you pitching to David Ortiz? Here's the manager.
We're going to be careful. I mean, that's all there is to it. We talked about it. We haven't made it any big secret. It's a situation where you have a hitter that we know and everybody sees. He's swinging the bat very well. We just got to stay ahead, and we got to stay ahead in the game and stay with our plan.
Well, you'll see if they stay with their plan. It hasn't been a very good plan against David Ortiz, Steve. They're going to come out a desperate team. Michael Walker, they're relying on him, hoping the rookie can do it again for them and shut down the Red Sox bats one more time.
I want to ask about John Lackey, because he's pitched twice already the other day, just, you know, in the 8th inning.
Yeah,
Game 4.
Came out of the bullpen and pitched very, very well, so you expect him to have a good start. I think Felix DeBron could be a big key. I was talking with John Farrell about that earlier, saying that, you know, he could be that gap. When he clinched the World Series in 2002 in Game 7 for the Angels, Lackey went 5 strong innings, and that was when he was, you know, a younger man. So a guy like Felix DeBron could be the bridge to get to Tazawa, Breslow, if we see Breslow, and then Koji Uehara. So they'll rely on that. The other part here, Steve, I think the Red Sox are riding a lot of big momentum there at home. I think it's either going to be a tight ball game, or I think the Red Sox are going to blow them out.
The other thing that Farrell did say, which was sort of surprising, he said Clay Buchholz would also be available. Now, just a few days ago, you wondered if Clay would ever pitch again.
Yeah, I know.
You know, in this series.
And I talked to him right the day after that he made that start. He said his arm felt much better than he thought it would. Also, Jake Peavy, John Farrell announcing he will start if there's a Game 7, and then also John Lester will be available out of the bullpen. So I go back to what I said, Steve. You know, I think if the Cardinals win, it'll be a tight game. If the Red Sox win, I think it'll be a blowout.
You think so?
What do you think?
I think that the Red Sox, I think there may be a Game 7 after all.
Really?
But don't shoot the messenger.
I'll tell you one thing, the way this pregame has been here around Fenway, if they win tonight, it's going to be crazy in the park. In the park, it's going to be crazy.
All right, so there you go. From Fenway Park. Game 6 tonight, the Red Sox will try and close out the World Series here at Fenway Park for the first time in 95 years. Lisa, back to you.
All right, thank you, lads. I'll lower my voice. Still to come, she celebrated the Red Sox World Series back in 1918 when they won at home. She's ready to celebrate again tonight. You'll love this 107-year-old devoted Red Sox fan.
I was born in Connecticut. I came here to live when I was 6.
CBS Tonight. You confess your crimes.
You're crazy!
Halloween can be a real
Looking branded.
witch.
Ever since I believe she's hunting witches.
Criminal Minds, then.
Somebody's dealing the death card.
There's something scarier than death.
We all gotta die sometime.
On UCSI, after an all-new Criminal Minds, CBS Tonight.
Affordable braces from the orthodontic specialists at Gentle Dental. Braces as low as $147 per month and no money down at 26 convenient locations. Call today for your free consultation. Gentle Dental, gentle on you and your wallet.
I'm Dawn Hayes for the Toyota Winning Numbers sales event. And the winning numbers are 1, 9, and 9. That's a winning $199 lease on an all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
Experience over 40,000 square feet of American-made solid wood furnishings at LaChance Furniture. Choose from over 50 quality brands at outlet prices. LaChance Furniture Showrooms. Take a ride to Gardner and see the difference.
I'm Liam Kerr, Chairman of Democrats for Education Reform, and Democrats for Education Reform approves and paid for this message.
Education drives life. And as a grandmother and great-grandmother, and as a person who has a vested interest in education, I would like to see a mayor like John Connolly that shares those same philosophies. John has his children in Washington. Boston Public Schools. It makes him have an investment in the system. John Connolly will support those voices that go unheard. Give somebody a chance and see if they won't shine.
If you've got COPD like me, hey, breathing's hard. Know the feeling? COPD includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Spiriva is a once-daily inhaled COPD maintenance treatment that helps open my obstructed airways for a full 24 hours. Spiriva helps me breathe easier.
Spiriva Handihaler Tiotropium Bromide Inhalation Powder does not replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms. Tell your doctor if you have kidney problems, glaucoma, trouble urinating, or an enlarged prostate. These may worsen with Spiriva. Discuss all medicines you take, even eye drops. Stop taking Spiriva and seek immediate medical help if your breathing suddenly worsens, your throat or tongue swells, you get hives, vision changes, or eye pain, or problems passing urine. Other side effects include dry mouth and constipation.
Nothing can reverse COPD. Spiriva helps me breathe better.
Does breathing with COPD weigh you down? Don't wait to ask your doctor about Spiriva.
This is my office.
I have a mailbox at the UPS store. It's across the street.
Nearby. Can't beat the rent.
They text me or send me an email when I have a package. I like my office at the UPS store.
Well, there aren't many people who remember the Red Sox winning it all in Fenway in 1918, but Whitney Burbank talked to one fan who does, and she still has great faith in the Sox at the age of 107.
I went to a game,
For Ovaline Byron, it all started in 1918.
and I was 12 years old. Of course, the kids in the neighborhood went crazy.
She's cheered the Sox through 3 World Series wins, and now she's hoping to make that 4.
They pour all that champagne all over them, and they go wild.
This 107-year-old fan has seen more than a few historic Major League moments.
Ted Williams was playing. It was his last game. Everybody stood and clapped. He came back out, took off his hat.
Byron says she manages to keep up with the team and watches every single game right here.
I sit here and I'll say, please, God, please, Jesus, give him a home run.
Byron has a bit of a superstition.
The first club that gets a home run will be the team that'll win.
And there's always the beards.
I think they're cute. I hope they cut them off after the game because they're all young men, you know.
And Big Poppy.
He gets a lot of grand slams that others don't get.
Do you have a message for Poppy that you want to give him?
I hope they win.
But no matter what happens, this fan will keep watching. Whitney Burbank, WBZ News.
And she has absolutely earned that title. A lot of people who are superstitious around here tonight. There's a great sense of urgency. We're going to head to the break right now, looking live inside the ballpark, where the Red Sox hope to win it all at home tonight for the first time in 95 years. We'll be back right after this.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts. You've got a number of new reasons to look at Blue Cross for your Medicare options. Log on to bluecrossma.com/Medicare today.
And it turned out to be the worst decision of my life. I could barely walk. I want the pain to stop. I want to go back to my family.
It was supposed to be a simple procedure, but a growing number of women say it's made life unbearable.
Every single day, it felt like my ovaries were getting stabbed.
A popular family planning treatment causing horrific side effects. Why so many patients have been left feeling helpless.
The people who've been harmed by it basically have no recourse. That's not fair.
The I-Team, Friday on WBZ News at 11.
After 30 great years in business, Bernie and Phil have 2 words for you. Thank you.
It's our anniversary, but you get the gifts.
Buy a living room set and choose a free select set of tables. It's our way of saying
Thank you.
Ooh, now it's love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, now it's love. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Subaru takes you safely on adventures and brings you home memories. Buy a brand new 2014 all-wheel drive Subaru Forester. Well equipped for only $21,995.
It's love. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you do free exam and x-rays?
Exam and x-rays? Yes.
Free?
No.
No free exam and x-rays.
Exam, yes. X-rays, yes. Free? No.
You're nodding yes, but saying no.
Yes to no. No.
Okay, hold it. Let's try something new.
Are my first exam and x-rays free?
Completely free.
Free?
Zip, zero, nada.
Nice.
Aspen Dental is doing whatever it takes to give America a healthy mouth. Like offering free exams and x-rays. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL because your mouth is our mission.
The gunshot wasn't meant for him, but the stray bullet hit, grazing Marty Walsh's left leg. The wound healed. The memory never faded. So Marty authored legislation to better track guns used in crimes and work to create a gun offender registry. As mayor, Marty Walsh will expand community policing and get more guns off our streets and away from our children.
I'm Bud Jackson, Chair of American Working Families, and American Working Families approved and paid for this message.
Candy. Who doesn't want a little candy? This Halloween, the New England Honda dealers want you to bring home a different kind of candy. Automotive candy, that is. Choose from a great selection of new Honda Civics, Accords, Pilots, Odysseys, and CRVs. Unwrap a sweet deal on the all-wheel drive CRV for just $249 a month. Hurry in. The sweet incentives will all be gone Monday, November 4th at the Halloween Savings Event at your New England Honda dealers.
After 30 great years in business, Bernie and Phil have 2 words for you. Thank you.
It's our anniversary, but you get the gifts.
Buy a dining room and get a $200 supermarket gift card. It's our way of saying
Thank you.
We're watching people stream into Fenway Park right now, Jack, and there would be no better way to end this wonderful season than with a World Series victory here at Fenway Park tonight. We want to cover that party.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm like a lot of people. I'm on edge tonight. Got my fingers crossed. Now go get 'em, Red Sox.